Axel Christofer Hedfors, better known under his stage name Axwell, is a Swedish DJ, remixer, record producer and record label owner. He is one-third of what once was the Swedish House Mafia along with Sebastian Ingrosso and Steve Angello. In 2013 he was placed 19th on the DJ magazine Top 100 DJ poll. Biography: Early life: Axwell's interest in music appeared at an early age, having taught himself to play the drums by age 9. 4 years later, the 13-year-old exchanged his drums for a computer so he could create each element of his music independently. Career: by late 2004, Axwell released a global hit, Feel the Vibe, which was re-released under Ministry of Sound in 2005 with lead vocals from Tara McDonald as Feel the Vibe co-written by Tara McDonald and Tom Kent. It peaked at number 1 in UK Dance Singles Chart and number 16 in the UK Singles Chart, number 16 Finland, number 62 the Netherlands, number 4 France Club Chart in August 2005. Also leading the way has been Mambana, his collaboration with Isabel Fructuoso. Signed to Sulfuric Recordings, they have released 3 tracks since 2002. No Reason was their debut single, which hit the top spot in all the high-buzz charts that summer and was featured in the sets of all the top DJs including Little Louie Vega, Danny Rampling and Ben Watt. The follow-ups were Felicidad, and Liber. Liber was released in 2003 and was arguably bigger than its predecessor. Liber was licensed to more than 12 different territories and featured on compilations that sold in excess of 500,000 copies. Axwell has also been responsible for Jet Lag's So Right, which came out in September 2002 on Sulfuric, featuring the vocals of Noel McCoy and co-produced with Brian Tappert. In late 2002 Axwell went back to his roots and produced a track under his own name lead guitar, which was released by fellow Swede Stony Bridge on his Stony Boy imprint. 2003 saw Axwell recording for London-based label Susu under the guise of Starbeach. The track was called Get Naked, and featured the vocal talents of Dan Press. This was followed up by his version of Evelyn Thomas' classic High Energy. In the autumn of 2003 Axwell's Wait a Minute, featuring the vocals of Nevada, was released on Sulfuric's sub-label Device. This song was a club smash that gained support from the likes of Pete Tong, Junior Jack, Kid Cram. In between all this, Axwell has been producing remixes for other artists. Recent mixes have included Usher's Burn, Room 5's Make Love, Clips and Faith Evans' Ma, Idonia Euro Unregistered Trademark T Love Her, Stony Bridge's Put 'em High, N.E.A.D's single Maybe, and more recently Hard Fee's Hard to Beat, Deep Dish's Dreams, Pharrell's Angel, Nelly Furtado's Promiscuous, and Madonna's Jump. In addition to a re-release of Feel the Vibe on Ministry of Sound, he has produced several club remixes, as well as his own productions, including Get Over Here by Rasmus Faber, 2 Million Ways by C. Mose, Turn on the Music by Roger Sanchez, as well as his collaboration with Sebastian Ingrosso on Ernesto vs. Bastian's Dark Side of the Moon. Alongside his original productions, he collaborated with the Swedish producer Ingrosso on Together. Axwell's most successful release of 2005 was Watch the Sunrise, with Steve Edwards on vocals. The track reached number 3 in UK Dance Singles Chart and BBC Radio 1 Dance Chart. In between Axwell's productions he also found time to create Axstone, his own record label. In the spring of 2006, Axwell and Steve Angello, under the Supermode alias, remixed Brunsky Beats' Small Town Boy, producing Tell Me Why. It was released under the Data label. Later, he teamed up with Eric Prydz and produced the tracks 123 and 321, releasing them under the alias Axer. That same year, Axwell branched into a New York house sound with his mix of Counting Down the Days, a song by Sun Freaks. Axwell ignored the vocals for his mix, which was a blend of cutting progressive house sounds and ethereal keyboards. The Israeli DJ Ofer Nissim featured the mix prominently during his set at the March 2007 closing party for Manhattan's Roxy. In August 2007, Axwell teamed up with performer Maxx to create the track I Found You, which made it to number 6 in the UK Singles Chart. On August 12, 2007, Axwell, Steve Angello and Sebastian Ingrosso played the main room at Cream Amnesia under the alias The Swedish House Mafia as part of Radio 1's Essential Mix Ibiza. The live set received rave reviews. Axwell co-wrote and co-produced the song Rain on Me with Cyndi Lauper for her 2008 album Bring Ya to the Brink. In June 2008, he released a song which was originally produced as a remix for David Guetta's Every Time We Touch. Somehow, Guetta rejected the remix, so Axwell took the instrumental of the song, teamed up with Bob Sinclair who brought in vocalist Ron Carroll, and together they created What a Wonderful World. In August of the same year, Axwell collaborated with an Australian DJ and producer, Dirty South, and released Open Your Heart. At the same time, he also remixed Hometown Glory by Adele. The remix was released in two versions, original mix with more vocals and more club-oriented remode. In 2010, Axwell and Dirty South's remix of the song Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap received a nomination for the 53rd Grammy Awards in the category for Best Remixed Recording, Non-Classical. On April 24, 2012, Axwell's remix of In My Mind by Ivan Goff and Phoenix Ball featuring Georgie K was released on Beatport, and then was nominated for the 55th Grammy Awards for the category of Best Remixed Recording, Non-Classical. Following the Swedish House Mafia's farewell, Axwell and former SHM member Sebastian Ingrosso announced their new club night in Ibiza, called Departures. They will appear at Ushuaia, Ibiza from June 19, with guests including Dirty South, Alesso, Tommy Trash, Noid and Thomas Gold. On May 30, 2013, Axwell's new single Center of the Universe was released on Beatport. It reached number 1 on Beatport. His subsequent single, With Sick Individuals feat. Tayl Renee, I Am, was released on September 16 and also reached number 1. Remixes for I Am were released on January 26, 2014 on Axwell's own label Axstone. Remixing artists included Diaro, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, Wolfpack, Boostedx, Jacob Plant and New Tone. Discography. Singles: 2005, Feel the Vibe, 2005, Together, 2006, Watch the Sunrise, 2007, I Found You, 2007, It's True, 2007, Submariner, 2008, What a Wonderful World, 2008, Open Your Heart, 2009, Leave the World Behind, 2010, Nothing But Love, 2011, Heart is King, 2013, Raw, 2013, Center of the Universe, 2013, I Am, 2014, We Come We Rave We Love, Remixes, 2006, Madonna Jump, 2006, Moby and Marlene Farmer Slipping Away. 2007, Faithless Music Matters, 2007, Dirty South feat. Rudy Let It Go, 2008, TV Rock feat. Rudy Been a Long Time, 2008, Miss Melody, Abel Ramos Rotterdam's City of Love, 2009, TV Rock feat. Rudy in the Air, 2010, Nankang Nancy, Proik and Fitch Walk With Me, 2010, Adrian Lux Teenage Crime, 2010, Adrian Lux Teenage Crime, 2011, Hard Rock Sofa and Saint Brothers Blow Up, 2011, David Taught One Look feat. Gosha, 2011, Michael Carfan, Resurrection, 2012, Ivan Goff and Phoenix Ball feat. Georgie K In My Mind, 2013, Discopolis Falling, 2014, Mutiny UK and Steve Mac feat. Nate James Feel the Pressure, 2014, Mutiny UK and Steve Mac feat. Nate James Feel the Pressure, 2014, Hook and Sling feat. Karen Park Tokyo by Night, Awards and Nominations, Grammy Awards, Beatport Music Awards, see also, List of number 1 dance hits, List of artists who reached number 1 on the US dance chart, references. External links, Axwell's forum. Everything you want to know about Axwell, Axstone and SHM, official website, Axwell on MySpace, Axwell on Facebook, Axwell on Twitter, check fan site, Axwell live in Antwerp and Amsterdam 2012.